Wow, what an echo. Howdy doody, partners. Don't mind me, just passing through. Please don't beat the shit out of me, ma'am. Oh, there's multiple of these guys. I'm sorry, I don't mean to disturb you. I'm just passing through. Just passing through. Oh, okay. Another pretty but invasive salt cedar. You rascal. Should call this Cow Canyon. Yeah, thought I smelled something. Oh, poor little feller. Looks like he's pretty dang recently dead. Not recent enough that it still has eyeballs, though. You can see why skunk tracks have claw marks pretty far out from the pad marks. Got some long claws. Not on the hind foot. Striped skunk, rip. Not cottonwood, but nice looking willows. Actually, on second thought, this might be narrow leaf cottonwood. Might have some skunk tracks here. Squirrel tracks here, I think. These ones would be the front feet. You can see there's kind of like a main palm pad up here, and then little heel pads or tarsal pads in the rear of the track. And there's only 4 toes that you can see, at least. Then up here you've got the rear track that has 5 toes that are spread out more, and a pretty prominent palm pad, but no like tarsal pads, which are just, again, little tiny circular, a pair of tiny circular pads in the front tracks. Here you've got a bovine track standing out nicely in the substrate of its own shit. Typical of cows. Well, there's a big waterfall in the middle of the course of the creek. I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to get up that. We'll find out. Not seeing any more cow tracks up here, which is nice. A lot of what looks like deer tracks now, squirrel. There's a couple of raptor tracks here. Well, it could be like turkey buzzard too, I don't know. I think those are technically considered raptors.
If I was a younger man, I might jump in this pool. But it's cold out and my old bones aren't what they used to be.
Woo! No cows, but looks like there's lions. Rawr. Can see clear to the wallapies. Hello. Whoop. That looks like the kind of thicket that some kind of big critter could hide in. Damn it, there are cows up here. Sure is thick with these shrubby willow things. Look like the remains of some old shed. More remains of something. Wow. It's like a little oak grove. That looks like a hammock spot to me. This meadow is kind of split by this little wash. That's the actual main Cottonwood Creek over there. And of course the cows have been using the oak grove for shade. Curse you! Actually, I'm gonna head back to the base of the waterfall. It was less windy down there and there was not all this cow carnage. So I think it'll be a chiller place to stay. And I'll have to walk less in the morning.
Someone spilled chocolate all over the slope there. It looks like dark chocolate, though. I don't really like dark chocolate.
This little riparian meadow area is totally choked with shrubs. I would bet that's a result of overgrazing. Tends to be the pattern. Another beautiful rascal. This is what that grass looks like when it hasn't been grazed to oblivion, because I'm on this rocky slope that I don't think cows want to bother with. A lot prettier. This is quite a place. Rugged country. Most of this land is public, BLM land, but the most convenient place to access for someone who doesn't have a rugged vehicle like me is covered up in private land, so you have to kind of take a roundabout way to get up here. That is if you respect the institution of private property and or don't want to get shot. But in general, this is a pretty accessible area. I really love being able to come out here and explore. It's definitely a privilege to do so. I think I'll be able to string my hammock between that branch and this trunk here. I'll just have to not sway into this rock in my sleep. Brought 2 sleeping bags since hammocks are a little more vulnerable to heat loss than tents. So it should be toasty. Wow, I just found a really nice piece of obsidian, a little Apache tear, just sitting on the ground right there, right under my sleeping bag. Cool. This should keep my medicinal champagne cool. This is a juniper branch, and I'm going to use the bark as fire starter. Just peels off pretty easily. Found this, what I assume is the remains of a cactus. It looks really cool, and I'm wondering how it'll burn. I lost it. There we go. It's going. So I think I'm gonna try and cook this prickly pear pad. Kind of tastes like green beans. The way I've read about how you're supposed to cook them is first very meticulously removing all of the spines, which just sounds like a prohibitively annoying step. So I'm gonna just try burning them off. Oh Lord. I don't know, it looks like it kind of worked for a couple of the spots, but there's little glochids, which are like almost microscopic spines at the base of each of the main spines, and those things really suck. Like they stick in you and there's no removing them unless you have like duct tape or something. Definitely don't want to swallow those, so gonna have to singe them more than this. Bubbling. Woo! I dare say I somehow managed to leave my cooking pot at home. This is exceedingly unfortunate. The lentils are heating up, but I realized that I, in addition to forgetting my cooking pan, also did not bring a spoon. I have no spoon. Wrath. I kind of forgot that nopales are slimy as hell. Look at that. So I've slowly been working away at the skin on this prickly pear pad, and it's very difficult. My hands got real slimy, and in the process I think I'm removing most of the actual meat. I wouldn't say this experiment is going that well. It does look neat though, under the skin. Those really tiny cactus spines that I mentioned, I did not get all of them. The glochids, you can see there, they've lodged into my finger. Unfortunate. The innovative solution to a lack of anything to eat my food from. I'll just put some ramen in here along with whatever I can salvage from that, and then pour the boiling lentils into it. And I think that'll work well, as long as that crack doesn't leak, I guess, or rupture from the heat. I've learned that all those like vein-like structures in the prickly pear pads kind of just come out together if you pull them out from the base of the pad. So like up here. Let me see if I can get it on camera. Nope. That wasn't a great example, but something like that. So this is the monstrosity that is my dinner, complete with juniper twig chopsticks as eating utensils. And you can see the prickly pear pad bits are still kind of concentrated towards the bottom despite my efforts to mix everything together. But I think it'll be edible. So this is the last bits of my dinner. This stuff is extremely slimy. Yeah, look at that. Slime time. Blech. Oh, it's burning pretty intensely. It's pretty hot. Well, it's definitely flammable. Flammable. It's really hard to say flammable right now. It's definitely flammable. It's definitely flammable. It's definitely flammable. It's windy.
all cocooned up on a Sunday. I always knew I was a moth.
Oh, I didn't even notice it, but these two cottonwoods are your regular old Fremont's cottonwoods. Got the aspen-looking leaves. Javelina. Little babies. This is all that's left of the creek. Once you get this far downstream, and there's the main chunk of private land that kind of blocks off access to the lower reaches of the creek. So got to go around it and kind of scramble across those rocks. There's Cottonwood Canyon up there.